Hello, welcome to my English coaching class. Students, in this class, we'll be learning the prose chapter from Deep Water. Prose chapter, that is Deep Water, from the book Flamingo. I welcome you to my English coaching class once again. Students, in our last class, we have covered the introduction, theme, and the message of the chapter, where I have clearly shared the ideas how you can get a clear idea about the chapter Deep Water. And after that, I have initiated the line-wise explanation of the chapter. Students, today I'll continue the same line-wise explanation. Just as before continuing with the topic Deep Water in elaboration, those viewers are watching my channel right now. If you're new users, please subscribe the bell icon and just press the bell icon. You can get the videos regularly whenever it is updated in the channel. Okay, once again, I welcome you to my channel and just have patience and watch full video. Definitely you'll be enjoying it. Students, come on, I'll just recapitulate. I'll just give you a small flashback. Then I'll be initiating the line-wise explanation where I have stopped. Okay. So I'm coming into the same page where I have stopped last. Yes, students, here I am with the chapter. I want to recapitulate, or I want to recall the chapter what we have done in our last class. It's Deep Water, written by William Douglas. It is a autobiographical script, what we can say, autobiographical, autobiographical, where the narrator has described about his life, has shared his experience, personal experience, how the fear of water has captured him. Okay, so same way, in the very beginning, we are getting the character. So here, one and only, the character is the author itself, that is William Douglas. Okay, students, I hope so you're able to recall the character, that is William Douglas. The few connecting characters are related to the protagonist, mother, trainer, and some other characters where we'll be meeting in the chapter. But this is the main and important character, that is William Douglas. And next, I have shared you the idea how William Douglas, in his early life, in his early childhood days, he got a fear of water. It was in which place? Students, you can turn off your mic and you can answer me in which place he was suffering from, or he was facing problem. He got the fear of water first. Students, if you remember, you can tell me. Just turn off your audio. You can write it down. So turn on your audio and you can speak, or you can write it down in the chat box. Speak, and I want to see whether you are able to remember or not. Yeah, YMCA. No, you are wrong. Where he got the first, what we can say, fear of water entered in his mind. Next answer, let me see. Yakima. It's a place name. Where exactly? Yakima YMCA pool is there in Yakima. But where he developed the fear of water, in which location, at what age, I'm asking that. Just if anyone remember, quickly answer in the chat box, or just turn on your sound and you can answer me. If you remember, the students, come on, pick. I want just you to remember the past events, whatever I've taught you. If you're forgetting it, so it's a waste, or my efforts will go in vain. 11 years old. No, no, he was not at 11 years old. When did he first experience his fear of water? First experience. And my question is, when did he first experience the fear of water? That is my question here. Try to understand, then answer me. When did he experience his first fear? Means the fear of water entered into his mind at what age, at which place, who was with him, who was the companion, father or mother? Who was the companion? Just try to remember who was the companion, father or mother, what was the location? I need the answer in the chat box or turn on the audio and speak. Yes, answer is coming in the chat box. Let me look into it. Father, correct. Which location? I need which location it was. Which location it was? Come on, answer me. Which location this incident took place? Where exactly? Come on, answer me. Just yeah. The answer is correct. It is California. Yes, very good. It is California. When at the age of what? Just remember or not? Which age? Come on, anyone? Anyone can answer me. Which age the first incident took place? Just I'm showing you the same text slide, text page where this incident is described. Yes, I was 3 or 4 years old. Father took me to the beach in California. This is the place, this is the scenario what I was talking you. Okay, and but there were terror in my heart and overpowering force of the waves. So at this age, 3 or 4, the narrator, the protagonist, the William Douglas has got the fear of water. Got it? So, and he is at present where? In the pool YMCA. It's near Yakima. Okay, it's he is not in Yakima River or he is not in Yakima Pool. First fear developed at the age of 3 and 4. It is in California. He visited with his father. Okay, fine. So that was a little bit idea what I shared you. And then what happened? A bruiser, big 18 years boy, heavy boy, masculine boy. Okay, specimen copy. We can see the rippling muscles, heavy figure. Okay, not lean and thin one. Okay, so boy who just lifted him and thrown him, dumped him in the water, and due to it, he went immediately inside the water surface. Immediately inside the water surface, and immediately into the down to the water. Students, as he went down, what was his plan? To jump like a cork. You might have seen the cork just moving up and down like a what? Like waves are moving. Immediately it will go down and it will come up as it is a light. Similarly, this boy thought he will jump like a cork, but you know the system rules. When someone goes inside the water, what happens? Your body weight is heavy. It is not easy to come up. So he tried the same method to come up on the surface, and he'll lie down and he'll swim and he'll reach near to the shore. But what happens, students, here? He tried first, second, and both the time he was failure. And third time he also tried it, but he also got failure. He was not in that state where he can stand for it. So what happened here? He was totally terrified. He was totally terrified and he was in terror. Okay, he was in terror, and due to which finally in the third time he tried, and then I started down the third time. Third time he was moving down. Third time he will try to plan again, but he was not having power. See, I have underlined the same lines to whatever you have discussed in our last class. It was quiet and peaceful. It was quiet and peaceful. Nothing to be afraid of. This is nice to be drowsy. So he is accepting his death that is coming closer. Okay. So he's accepting the death that is coming closer to him. So I crossed the oblivion and the curtain of my life fell. So he's realizing, he's accepting that he is going to die. Got it, students? So till here in our last class, we have done it. So today we'll come up in the next line onwards. The next I remember, I was lying on my stomach beside the pool vomiting. Okay, he was lying not straight. He was just what? Stomach was down to the surface, earth surface. Okay, beside the pool, and vomiting. He was vomiting. Okay, so the chap that threw me in was saying, the chap, that boy, bruiser boy, heavy boy, masculine boy. Okay, and that threw me, but I was only fooling. Okay, he was fool. He was being fooled. Okay, so someone said the kid nearly died. Yeah, that is correct. The kid nearly died. The kid refers to the here the William Douglas. He was really nearly died. He was very much afraid. He was on the stage, on the verge of death. He has seen the death very closer. See, you might have heard the proverb: coward dies thousand death, but brave ones. So you'll having a coward. If you're a coward, if you'll have a fear and you live, daily you will die with the fear. But when you're brave, you can win your life. You live fearlessly. Okay, you live fearlessly. Similarly here, the kid nearly died. But all right, now let's carry him to the locker room. So he was taken to the locker room where he can be treated and to be brought down to the normal stage. So several hours later, I walked home. He was lying down. Okay, he was lying down because what is the reason of being lying down? He was senseless. He was weak. He was in a state of fear. And I shook and cried when I lay on my bed. See, the fear did not come out. See, when you meet an accident, you might fall on the ground, or you might coming down from the stairs when you're in a public place. You fall down, you feel the same. Or when you're publicly teased by someone, publicly shouted by someone, publicly scolded by someone to you, and you feel very ashamed. Yeah, students. So you might be feeling the same in a different, you'll be feeling very different. Okay. So for several hours, I walked home and I was weak and trembling. And I shook and cried when I lay on bed. So you see, when you're stuck in a fear, and fear has already surrounded you. And it is not easy for someone for going into normal state at a time. For days, a haunting fear was in my heart. For long days, a haunting fear means the fear that came in his mind, and it was all around. I was talking you of that in some incident when you are in public places, when you are with your friends, when you are with your family members. What happens when you fall down and when they start laughing at you, or they start commenting at you, you feel very ashamed of. And repeatedly it happens. Sometimes you get anger. Repeatedly you commit mistake on something, you are not able to overcome with that one. For example, repeatedly you're weak in mathematics, you're not able to overcome that. Similarly, that idea that you're not able to do, that stucks in your mind, stucks in your heart, and that makes it difficult to get ease from your problem. So this is the scene exactly William Douglas faced it. The slightest exertion upset me, making me oblique in the knees and sick to my stomach. Means slightest exertion upset me, that fear did not allow him to come up, making me oblique into the knees, knees are shaking, not able to stand properly. Sick to my stomach, the stomach sick to my stomach, still there inside the body. Body is totally shaking, brain is shaking, mind is shaking. The fear is still there. I never went back to the pool. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. So from that day onwards, he avoided whenever he is able to see water. A few years later, when I came to know the water of the Cascades, waters of Cascades. It's a place where you may go to different lakes. So it's one type of lake, we can say. I want to get into them, and whenever I did, whether I was wading Tinton, a bumping river, or bathing in warm lake of the goats' rocks, the terror that had seized me in the pool would come back. That's correct. That's correct. That's totally true. See, some experience, bad experience, if you have ever, if you're riding scooty, you made an accident. What was the reason of accident? Because you started riding very fast. So when you ride fast, your vehicle, suddenly the same idea comes, I'll meet an accident. So you make a sudden break, or you don't dare to ride the bike. So at the same time, this kind of fear, when enter inside the mind and heart, you're not able to do your work properly. Okay, so same thing happened here. The man or the narrator or the author, William Douglas, the character, the protagonist over here, same is in the same situation, totally seized, paralyzed, not able to work, not able to do. Whenever he is able to go to these kind of situations, it may be in the Cascades, the water of Cascades, the lakes, rivers, and wherever it may be, the fear of water return back to him. My legs would become paralyzed. Icy horror would grab my heart. Icy horror, it makes body, hand, everything stiff. That horror, that fear, that danger makes him, means that danger incident, the incident was quite alarming, that made him quite icy, everything is cold. Okay, the body temperature moves down due to nervousness. Okay, understood all of you? So just mark it down the next line coming up. This handicap stayed with me, the years roll by. So just I'm underlining this line. Okay, what the author is talking about, this handicap. See, what do you mean by handicap? You're not capable of doing because you don't have that leg. You're handicapped by hand, you're handicapped by what leg, something you've lost it by the time when you have been developing in your life, that you have become handicapped. Similarly, he is able to drink water, but whenever he is able to see water in different places, that is the fear of water return back to him. So due to the fear had made him handicapped. The fear had made him handicapped. So you can understand how the handicap has been highlighted here, how the handicap has been presented here. So you can clearly understand in these lines. Next, in canoes on marine lake, fishing for landlocked salmon. In canoes of marine lakes, fishing for landlocked salmon. Salmon is a fish whenever he is going for fishing. Bass fishing in New Hampshire, it's another type of fish. Trout fishing on the Deschutes and Milotus in Oregon, it's another type of fish that whenever you visit to these places, Deschutes and Mitulius in Oregon, whenever you go to different place for different kind of fish. Okay, fishing for salmon on Columbia at Bumping Lake. In the Cascades, whenever I went, the hunting fear of the water followed. Wherever he went, wherever he is going, this fear of water comes back. Fear of water return back to his mind, return back to his heart, return back to his brain, and it ruined my fishing trip, due to which he's not able to do it properly. These trips deprived me of the joy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. So he liked this. He want to go to this kind of situations, the enjoy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. Okay, canoeing, boating, and swimming, and going for a long distance for hunting, means catching fish. Boating and swimming, this kind of activities has been restricted, or is not able to enjoy this kind of activities as it is a activity done in water. Okay, so he is deprived of the joy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. Got it, students? I hope the things are clear. If yes, so write it down yes quickly. I will think that you are still active, otherwise I will understand you're sleeping. Okay, quickly write it down. Yes, whether you're able to understand or not. Yes, that's right. That's correct. And this way students must reply. I'll think that you are active. Otherwise, I'll think what you're doing, it's clueless, because it's a virtual class. It's not a practical, that real life live classes. So it's a virtual classes in a virtual live. What you all are doing, it's unpredictable. Okay, so just you are live in the session, but you are somewhere else. So it's quite unpredictable. So fine. Come to lines. I used every way I knew to overcome the fear. So what are the tricks? What are the methods he is aware of? He used everything. But it held me firmly in its grip. The fear just has captured him. He is not able to come out from that fear. Finally, 1 October, what happened? Which day? Finally, 1 October, I decided to get an instructor. So what is planning? He's trying to get an instructor. Okay, so what he's getting? An instructor, and learn to swim. So see, I told you in the introduction classes, the teacher, the guide, the instructor, the trainer, you need it in your life. Whenever a friend might be a guide, a teacher might be a guide, teacher may be a guide, your father may be a guide, your mother may be a guide, someone who should be there as a guide, who can reform you in the problem situation, who can guide you when you are in a problem situation, to whom you can talk and clear your problems. So similarly, I wished every way I knew to overcome this fear, but it held me firmly in its grip. Fear hold him properly. Fear is able to catch him properly, and he's not able to overcome, or he's not able to come out from this grip of fear. Got it, students? I hope things are clear. Okay. Finally, 1 October means from out of October month, any one day, 1 October, I decided to get an instructor and learn to swim. So he decided to get an instructor to learn to swim. I went to a pool and practiced 5 days a week and an hour each day. So each day an hour and 5 days a week to practice. The instructor put a belt around me. What did the instructor do? Just he tied a belt in the waist of the narrator, the protagonist, William Douglas. So what is his duty? I went to a pool and practiced 5 days a week, an hour each day. 5 days a week and an hour each day. The instructor put a belt around me, a rope attached to the belt, and went through a pulley that ran on an overhead cable. So there was an overhead cable was there, and there was a pulley through which the waist belt was tied to the protagonist, that is William Douglas. I hope the students are able to understand. He held on to the end of the rope and we went back and forth. So what happened? So it was tied, as you might have seen, the spring, elastic. If you fix some hold from this direction, you can stretch, and if you leave, it will come up. Okay, stretch. So in the same way, the pulley has been tied. This man can go and do his work, and he'll be pulled by a pulley. Okay, so I decided to get an instructor and learn to swim. I went to a pool and practiced 5 days a week and an hour each day. The instructor put a belt around me. And a rope attached to the belt went through a pulley that ran on an overhead cable. There was an overhead cable that was fixed with the pulley, and that ran through the pulley. He held on to the end of the rope, and we went back and forth. So it was held in a one place, and we can go and come forward. Okay, move and back. So it was able to be done. Back and forth across the pool. Back and forth, to and fro motion. So you can go back, once you can go front, again you can come back. Similarly, things were developed. He held on to the end of the rope and we went back and forth. But across the pool, hour after hour, day after day, week after week. On each trip across the pool, a bit of the panic seized me. So he's saying every day. So you might have seen, you might have heard a proverb in Hindi, "Boond boond se sagar banta." From a drop of water droplets, we can make a bucket, and with the same droplets, we can make a river, we can make a tributaries, we can turn into a big sea. Okay, that is from what? Only water. So what happened over here? That same each day practice will make a man's perfect. Okay, similarly and slowly, steadily, with that he can improve. So each trip across the pool, a bit of the panic seized me. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope and I went under. So each time it was fixed. Okay, and each time the instructor is leaving the what we can say the part of the pulley. The rope has been tied. He is leaving them, and he's in the slow and steadily. He can move down at ease. Each trip across the pool and pull a bit of the panic seized me. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope and I went under. Each time the instructor will relax the rope and he went in. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope and I went under. Some of the old terror returned and my legs froze again. See, after long practice, again same terror is returning back. Again in the same terror, he is not able to go immediately. Okay. It was 3 months. It was 3 months before. It was 3 months before the tension began to slack. It was just 3 months. The tension was increasing. Then he taught me to put my fish underwater and exhale. Okay, it was quite difficult in the beginning classes, in the beginning session, wherever you go. So later on, you try to understand the teacher, you try to understand the situations, and you learn the techniques. Similarly, when beginning instructor is able to understand the student and students able to understand later on, he taught him how to inhale and exhale the water under and outside the water. Okay, then he taught me to put my face underwater and exhale and raise my nose and inhale. So the process in exhale and inhale process he taught him. I repeated the exercise hundreds of times. He did the same exercise hundreds of times. Okay, bit by bit, I shed part of the panic that seized me. When my head went underwater, and the same kind of a panic, same kind of fear will return. But later on, what happened? Let's see, students. Next, he held me at the side of the pool and had me kick with my legs. Okay, what happened? After making him teach the technique how to survive in water for a long time, then he taught him what? Then next he held me in the side of the pool. He kept him, the trainer kept the narrator in the side of the pool where he can survive for the long time, and had me kick with my legs, and taught him how to kick and how to swim properly. For a few weeks, I did just that. For a few weeks, he continued the same trick. And at first, my leg refused to work. In the beginning, his leg was not able to move, but they gradually relaxed, and finally I could command them. Now he's able to command. Now he's able to do his work properly. Okay, students, I hope you are able to understand till here. Next, thus piece by piece he built a swimmer. Piece by piece. See, when we do one by one, we say, so similarly, piece by piece, slow and gradually, he built a swimmer. He is able to develop the swimming part of the part of the narrative. Okay, and when he had perfected each piece, but then together into integrated whole, in April he said, now you can swim. Okay, one by one he taught him everything. Later on, He said it. Now you can swim. Dive off and swim the length of the pool. Crawl stroke. He taught him everything. Dive into the pool and swim from here and cross the pool. But I did. The instructor was finished. He has trained him, and after some days, later on days, the instructor was no more. He lost his instructor. Okay. He lost his instructor. Okay, fine. But I was not finished. The narrator saying, I was not finished. I still wonder if I would be terror stricken when I was alone in the pool. The same thought was there, whether when he will be in the pool, terror will come back to him. He will be in a state of fear, whether he will be able to speak or not. That was there in his mind. But I tried it. I swam the length up and down. He started swimming up and down from here, and there he started swimming. The teeny vestiges of the old terror would return. The teeny vestiges, the small fear that exists in his mind, exists in his heart, return back. Old terror would return. But now I could frown and say to that terror, trying to scare me, well, here to you, look, and off I would go for another length of pool. See what happened? You might have seen the movie Sultan. Okay, Sultan of Salman Khan. When Salman Khan will be defeated in his akhada, where he was doing the boxing or wrestling, whatever you can say, later on days, what we are able to see that who can defeat him? Only he can defeat himself. Only you can defeat yourself, no one else. Okay, your what pride, your proud behavior, what you're proud of, that kind of nature will make you down. So what happened? Well, here, tiny vestiges of the old terror would return, but now I could frown and say that terror trying to scare me when in these situations, whenever he's underwater or in some places, the terror is returning to him. I could frown and say to that terror, I can angrily shout to that fear, trying to scare me. Well, here is to you. Look, this is for something for you. Look at here. And off, I will go for another length of pool. I'll go for another length of pool. You see it here. This went on until July, but I was still not satisfied. The narrator was not satisfied what was happening in his life. I was not sure that all the terror had left. So I went to lake. See, better way, self-examine. What you're doing right or whatever you're doing, it's wrong. Your self-assessment is very much important. So this man is doing the same. He is doing the self-assessment work. Try to understand. But I was still not satisfied. He was not able to satisfy what was happening. What was he doing? I was not sure that all the terror had left. He was not about sure that all the terror might be gone from him. But so I went to the lake to check this whether the terror exists or not. He went to the lake. Went Oath in New Hampshire. Which lake he went? He went to the New Oath in New Hampshire. Went Oath in New Hampshire. Dived off a dock at Triggs Island. So he dived there in the Triggs Island and swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamp Act Island. He crossed, dived off a dock at Triggs Island and swam 2 miles across the lake of Stamp Act Island. I swam the crawl, beast crawl. So I'm underlining it. How did he prefer his process of crawling? Okay. I swam the crawl, bestroke, side stroke, and backstroke. Only once did the terror return. If terror returned, what happened? So when I was in the middle of the lake, I put my face under and saw nothing but bottomless sea. When he took his head down, what he is able to see? Nothing. Okay, he's able to see Nothing but bottomless water, bottomless water. So the old sensation written in miniature, old sensation written in miniature in a small clip written into the mind of the narrator. The old sensation written in miniature. I laughed and said, well, Mr. Terra, what do you think you can do to me? So he's saying with a laughing manner, in a human manner, well, Mr. Terra, what do you think you can do to me? What will happen? What do you think? What happened to me? And that is the fact what I understand. Okay, the old sensation written in miniature. The laughter and said, well, Mr. Terra, what do you think you can do it? You can do to me? It fled and I swam on. What happened? He fled. He went off, and then I swam on. He started coming closer. Okay, students. So till here we have done. In the next class, I'll be continuing from here. If you have any doubt, you may press the bell icon button and just subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you.